Hello and welcome to a little recent movie pickups video where I'm going to talk about a couple of movies I got these past few months. I think this is like from January, February, and there are probably also a couple from late December. But yeah, I bought quite a few movies these past couple of months, and the reason for that is that I kind of got like a hit with gaming fatigue, or whatever you can call it. I had a period of time where I just didn't really feel like gaming that much, so I haven't really bought any games these past months except for like the two that they did an unboxing of recently, and I guess Far Cry New Dawn. I think those are the only games I bought these past 2 months almost. So yeah, I bought a bunch of movies. I was more in a movie mood. I think there are a couple of movie boxes here with multiple movies in it. But if you count each movie, there should be like over 50 movies here. So yeah, and I got a little bug in my throat. So not only am I getting beer today, I'm also getting a little sharp one to help with the bug in my throat. Yeah, that should be enough for now. I know it's a whiskey glass. This is not whiskey, but I just prefer to drink out of that. And yeah, now I'm gonna blow my nose, and then we're gonna start the video. There we go. My nostril has been cleaned, and yeah, let's start out with the first one, and it is the Spider-Man movie collection with the first three original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, and also the two with Andrew Garfield. And these are all the Spider-Man movies I'm missing. I think I have all the ones with Tom Holland. And yeah, I was happy to get this. I bought this on a January sale. A lot of these movies was bought on January sale. So yeah, I missed those one. I don't own these. So yeah, I watched all of them. Especially the original trilogy I watched multiple times. And it's an awesome trilogy, and I'm glad to finally own them physically. That's a good one. Next one, oops, is another movie. Like, usually I'm not a big fan of Nicolas Cage, especially when he's in an action movie. I don't buy him as an action hero, but I do buy him in this movie, like the crazy father dude. Colors of Space. This is just a brilliant, colorful, and really fascinating movie. It's about this meteorite that crashes near the farm of Nicolas Cage. It's been a while since I watched it. And then like weird shit starts to happen, like really, really awful body horror shit starts to happen. And yeah, I really love this movie. It's a warm recommendation. If you like Mandy, you might also like this one. So yeah, this was Color of Space. Definitely like, they call it H.P. Lovecraft's Color of Space. So I don't know if that's like based off a book, but it's not one that I like know or can like point to saying, oh, that's the one. But yeah, definitely recommend this movie if you're like into horror. There's some really horrifying shit in here. And the next one is Conan the Destroyer. Now, the original Conan the Barbarian is like, I mean, I love that movie. Probably not one of my favorites, but I really, really love this. And this is the sequel. I never ever watched the sequel. So I'm really excited to watch this. I haven't watched it yet. So yeah, one of these days coming up, I'm gonna be watching this one. And yeah, Conan seems to have like there was a thing with Arnold in the first movie. He had a bit of a baby face, and it seems like, at least when I look at pictures, that he's grown a lot and he has this more mature Conan the Barbarian face, and I like that. So I don't know, maybe that's just me talking out my ass. But anyways, let's move on to the next movie. This is a movie I think I bought like late December, or maybe I bought it early December and then just arrived late December because I bought it from Britain. And it is Shin Godzilla, the more newer Godzilla-made movies. I think it's from 2016, without being completely sure. And this is like one of the best Godzilla movies I watched in a long time. The American '98 version, like, I mean, I liked this as a kid, but it sucks ass today. And the 2014 one was just a snooze fest. I did like King of Monsters, and then there are all the original movies, of course, which I also really love, but I think this one is like one of the best there is. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. There's a lot of practical effects. I think there's some practical effects where they have like gleamed over with some CGI or touched it off with some CGI. But yeah, it's a really awesome movie, cool Godzilla movie, and you're actually interested in the humans in this one, unlike the 2014 one, which I wanted to see consider. Another movie that I have heard people talk about for like forever, and I always wanted to see it. I never bought it for some reason, and it is They Live, one of John Carpenter's also famous movies. As John Carpenter has directed one of my favorite movies of all time, The Thing. And this movie, I heard a lot of people say this is like an amazing movie. And I watched it, and I liked it, but it just probably didn't really live up to the expectations I had of the movie. Like, when you hear people praise a movie for like years and years and years, and then you finally watch it, it is hard for the movie to live up to those expectations. But it's still very enjoyable. I did have a good time with this one. Like the the fucking one-liner.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
That is brilliant. And yeah, I recommend it. But yeah, it's a fun movie with Keith Davis and Rodney Piper. And next movie is another movie that I haven't watched as of this recording, and it is Green Room. And I think it's about, let me just see, down on the luck, punk rockers that ain't rights agreed to a last-minute gig in the backwoods Oregon roadhouse, only to find themselves targeted by the ruthless club owner and his associate, leading to devastated consequences. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be like a group of hillbilly Nazis or something like that jumped this punk up band. I don't know. I saw like Patrick Stewart was in it, and I've been watching a lot of Star Trek Next Generation, so I wanted some more Patrick Stewart in my life, so I bought this. And also I heard people say it should be a good movie, so I took a chance. And yeah, with Patrick Stewart, you can't go wrong. Like, even in the Emoji Movie, the best part was the turd. Next one is a movie that I used to own back when I was younger, but I then sold it. I owned it on DVD, and I'm not sure why I sold it, but then I wanted to get it back. It is Steam Boy, a Japanese animated movie. I still haven't even taken it out of the foil yet. And yeah, I remember this being a very pretty movie, and I remember liking the movie, but I feel like there was a couple of characters that I just didn't enjoy. I think the main character annoyed me a bit, as well as some of the side characters, and I think that was why I got rid of it, because even if it's pretty, some of the characters annoyed me. But I could have changed, like with many things, my taste might have changed. So I think I could probably get over that today, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm still very excited to watch this movie. It should be like super beautiful and pretty, and yeah, really excited. I don't know why I bought this. I'm not really into these movies at all. I have watched like maybe one or two of them back when they was new, and I didn't like them then, so I don't know why I would buy this. But this is like a 6-movie box collection with all the Transformers movies and the Bumblebee movie, and yeah, I don't know. It was like so cheap for all these movies, like so cheap. $15 or something. I'm not sure, like the equivalent of $15 or something. I can't remember. This was a January sale. I bought it. It was dirt cheap, and I thought, why not? Let's give it a chance. Let's get drunk and watch some robots smash each other. And I haven't gone around to rewatch any of these yet. I don't know when I'm gonna put myself through that. But anyways, here are all the Transformers movies for me to enjoy. And yeah, this I'll enjoy. I don't know. Maybe if you turn your brain off completely, you can enjoy this. But I don't. Maybe I'm shitting on a franchise that a lot of people love. I mean, there's 6 movies in the franchise, so yeah, there's definitely fans of this. So I don't mean to shit on it. I just don't think it's gonna be my cup of tea. Yet I bought it anyway. Next one. Oh, I was so glad to get this one. This was just such a nostalgia trip. This is the Valhalla movie. This is a Danish animated movie based off a Danish comic book by the same name, Valhalla, which I read when I was young, and it's a really awesome comic book. And the book, or the movie, is also really, really awesome. It has a little pacing issues, which you can get over, and it's just awesome, beautifully animated for the time. It's from 86, yes, 86, and yeah, beautiful animated. It was a Danish produced movie. I think it was originally supposed to be with English voices, first be released with English voices, but there was some trouble and the English voices, the English dub is not good. Watch the Danish dub or the German. I've heard the German should be good. This was not included with the German version, but yeah, it's really, really awesome movie, and I love this. It's really fucking awesome. So really recommend this, and if you can find the comic book in a language you can speak, go read it. I unfortunately think it has not been translated to English as of this recording. I'm not sure, I just remember having heard some people talk about that. But anyways, if you can find it in a language you can speak, definitely go read the comic, and if not, then watch the movie. It's really awesome. But with the Danish dub and English subtitles. The English dub just sucks ass. Next up, we have this. This was a Christmas present. It is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection for Blu-ray, and I got all the Nightmare on Elm Streets on DVD. Now I just want them on Blu-ray, and I only watched like a couple of them, and so far I'm really impressed with the quality. Like there are many Blu-ray movies where many. There are many. Oh, why can't I talk right now? There are many. There are many old movies when they are made for Blu-ray, they look not that great. Here it was like really sharp and nice, and I really like the Blu-ray transfer, and yeah, really like this so far, and I love the movies. It's like my favorite of the original three, I guess. If you talk about Jason and Michael Myers, then Freddy is the king in my world. Let's see. Next one was also a January sale, and it was a movie box that I haven't seen any of the movies from. It is the John Wick movies, which I'm not really an action movie guy, and that was the reason why I didn't really watch any of these. I watched them. They're fun movies. They're not like for me at least, they didn't blow my mind or anything, but they're fun movies. I enjoyed them. They're really the definition of popcorn flick, and I had a good time with this. So yeah, I don't think I have any more to say about the John Wick movies than that. Next one, I was so excited to get. I've heard people talk about this, and it was a little expensive. It's probably like one of the more expensive movies I bought like ever, and it is I think you pronounce that, VIY. And this is like the first horror movie of Russia from 1967. And it's about this young priest, I think he is, who one night kills a witch, and then it's hard to explain. The witch turns out to be a young woman, and then he's called for by the father of the young woman to pray for her soul for 3 nights. And every night the witch, or the young woman, starts to haunt him with horrible imagery, and I mean, I really like this movie. It has some really, really cool special effects. I mean, there are special effects where you can be like thinking, oh, I know how they did that. It's like definitely a movie where I think I could do that if I had the means. And it's like really imaginative. It's a beautiful movie. It's Russian, so don't get scared by that. There are subtitles for it, and yeah, definitely recommend this if you can find it. Next one is the Pink Panda collection with all the 5 movies of the original with is it Tom Seller? No, Peter Seller I can see here. I'm not really a comedy kind of guy. I don't really like comedies, and but I remember watching these as a kid and enjoying them back then. So I thought, why not? It was cheap, so let's try and rewatch some of these. I don't think I watched all of them. I think I watched a couple of them, but I'm not sure. I haven't rewatched any of these as of yet. But hey, now I have it. Okay, next one is not like a movie, but it was another Christmas present, and it is the Star Trek Deep Space Nine box. And yeah, I'm still working on Next Generation. Deep Space Nine sounds like it's gonna be a very fascinating series. I'm also looking very much forward to Voyager. I've heard a lot of good stuff about, but Deep Space Nine is really interesting. And yeah, but first I gotta finish with Next Generation. I'm really gotten hooked on Star Trek for some reason. I mean, it's an awesome series. It's really an awesome series. And now to an inferior type of science fiction series. It is the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, this one was called. And yeah, I didn't hate this. I think of the new trilogy, I think this is my favorite. And I know this one was the one who got a lot of shit, but I think like I didn't like the first one that much because I think they just reused too much from the original trilogy. It feels like watching a remake almost, and I didn't really like that so much. The second movie I didn't have any problems with. It was trying something new at the time, but when you hear some of the backstory and when I watched this one, it kind of made me hate the second movie because it feels like the first movie is leading up to a lot of interesting things to happen in the movies, and then the second one just shut the door on all that. And what is the third movie left with? Nothing. It has to like work on something else. And I think, yeah, the director, what's his face? I cannot remember that. J.J. Abrams directed the first and the third movie. So the two people in the, I think it was two people who directed the second movie, like really fucked him up on this. Like, I like this one. It is one of the better Star Wars movies in my opinion. I'm not really a huge Star Wars fan, but I think this was really good. And not really good. I think it was decent. I should probably just say. Better than the second one. It made me hate the second one. It's definitely better than the first one. I don't really get why people really like the first of the new one that much. And yeah. Anyways, and the original trilogy, not really my cup of tea. I know a lot of people love those, but it's not me that much. And don't get me started on the fucking prequels. Those are the worst shit. Anyways, another little movie box. It is the Omen, the original 4-movie quadrilogy. Well, how do you say that? Fuck. Anyways, the 4 movies. And it's the Omen 2 Damien, the Omen 3 Final Conflict, Omen 4 The Awakening. And I've never watched the original Omen. I think I watched like the remake from 2006, and I didn't hate that one, but I've seen a lot of clips from the original movie, and I'm excited to play this and watch this. I'm still thinking about video games in my head. And next one, I kind of like got a soft spot for the Resident Evil movies, to be honest. Like, not all of them are good, but some of them are just dumb fun. And it's kind of like that dumb fun in the back of my head is the reason why I bought the Underworld collection. And here you can talk about a movie franchise that is just dumb fun. And not all of them are really good. Some of them are like, which one was the worst one? I think the 4th one I liked the least, or was it the 5th one? I can't remember. I like the 1st and the 3rd, I remember. I'm not a little iffy about the others. But anyways, not that bad movies. Again, good popcorn flicks if you just want to turn your brain off. So yeah, I bought this one. Oh, next one is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie. Another Danish-made movie, and it is called Strings. This is like a puppet movie, and yes, like a marionette puppets. Is that not what you call it? Anyways, it's like this fantasy world where every character is played by I'm spitting, sorry, played by this marionette and controlled by the strings, and it is a beautiful movie. It's a shame this one hasn't gotten a Blu-ray release as of this recording. It seems like it must have been like such a painstakingly movie to make. Like the details of the puppets was just amazing. I really like this, and the world of the puppets, oh so cool. If you can find this, I think it's a little hard to find, but if you can find this, go watch it. Definitely go watch it. It is a beautiful movie and really interesting. The story itself might not blow you away. It's nothing like we probably haven't seen before, but how it is told through the puppets. I said puppets, not puppies. I think it's just really awesome, and yeah, definitely recommend this one. Alright, one of my favorite movies of all time is a musical, and it is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And what some people not all people know is there was a little unknown sequel to that movie, and it is Shock Treat, man. And yeah, it is. It's definitely not as good as the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but it's still a good movie. I really liked it, especially the songs. I think are the best. I think you're following the same characters from the first movie. Here they're just portrayed by different actors, but they're named the same. So yeah, it's the same couple who was just this time in like this TV land, where it's hard to explain, where the husband gets locked up in a TV show where they're trying to like help the marriage, and the wife gets turned into this media star, and it is, what's her face, Jessica Harbour, yes, who also is in one of my favorite horror movies all time, Suspiria. And yeah, was a fun movie. I really liked the songs. Not as good as the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but still a damn good movie. And yeah, here it is. Next one is like, I'm taking all these three at once because it is, oops, I'm dropping them. It is the Wreck movies, 2, 3, and 4. I already owned the first one on DVD. I never gotten around to watch or own any of the sequels. And it's a shame because I actually like this. The first movie, one of the best found footage movies of all time, in my opinion. I'm not really that crazy about found footage movie. The second one was also really good. It kind of follows the same style, found footage. It adds some things that I'm not that crazy about, but still, I would say overall and very enjoyable movie. The third one is probably the weakest in the series, but still, I still like it. Don't get me wrong. This is the one that abandons the found footage movie part, and it's still, I enjoyed this movie. Not the worst, but I mean not the greatest, but definitely not the worst either. So yeah. And the fourth one, I had a really soft spot for the fourth one. That was really awesome. It was also returned the character from the first movie, but I think this movie is like made 7 years after the first one, and it supposedly takes place like hours or a couple of days after the first movies, and you can see that she has aged quite a lot compared to like how she looked in the first movie. But if you're not bothered about this is a fun movie. Really recommend it. I recommend the Wreck franchise overall. The first one is a little hard to find on Blu-ray unless you like find it in a box somewhere. But I think that's only in Spain you can get that. I'm not 100% sure about that. I haven't been able to find it for a Blu-ray for a price that I want to play. So I still watch the DVD version. Next one is the final and second last. This is the final movie box and the second last movie of this little recent pickups video, and it's the Tremors collection. I already have like a collection of this for DVD, but it only includes like the first 4 movies. And yeah, this is just a fucking fun franchise. I only seen the first 4 movies, but the first Tremors is one of my favorite creature features, starring a very young Kevin Bacon, and I think it's Bill Ward, the second guy is called. Yeah, probably. And yeah, the way that this evolves, I fucking love it. And the fourth movie, I love the first one. The second one was alright. The third one was a little boring in my opinion. The fourth one I really like because that takes place back in the Old West, which was just a fun idea. Like most of the old horror franchises took it to space with Jason and Hellraiser and the Leprechaun. This one took it to the Old West, so that's fucking awesome. I wish we could get Jason in the Old West. That could be like a fun fucking movie. And yeah, I'm really excited. I still haven't watched past the fourth movie yet, and I'm looking forward to watch those. Don't think they're gonna be that great. I think the seventh one, I've seen like pictures of it, and it seems to take place on an island. I'm afraid it's a little on the Adam Sandler kind of thing, where it's an excuse to pay for some of the actors' vacations, but I'm not sure. It could be like just a fun idea, and I'm very excited to watch it. Yeah, this was Tremors. And the last movie is a movie that, again, really, really awesome. It's a Turkish movie called, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, Bashkin. There we go, in this little cardboard box right here. And yeah. And it's this crazy movie where you follow a couple of cops who gets in a traffic accident and all kinds of creepy shit happens. Like, you can see this text wall right here. Nothing of that is like explaining the story. There's nothing on the back that talks about the story. All of it is just praise, basically. So it's it's a hard movie to describe, but I really recommend it. If you can find it. It's like really awesome fucking horror movie. It's a bit weird. I fell asleep for it for a couple of parts, and that's not because it's boring. It's just because I'm an old man and I can't stay awake for movies anymore. I do that often, so it's not because it's bad. Just I'm old. And I had to like wake up and I have to like turn back. Usually, whenever I just fall asleep in a movie, I just ignore the part and just keep on watching when I wake up. Whenever I fell asleep, I just had to immediately turn it back and see what was happening, because a lot of shit was suddenly happening. And very, very interesting movie, very, very well made, very well acted. I really, really like this one. So yeah, this was all the movies I bought for the last 2 months or so, little over 2 months. And yeah, it's a nice little pile. And yeah, this has been this little video. I think I've been pretty lucky with the movies I bought. There wasn't like anywhere I'm like angry with. Maybe there are a couple I haven't watched yet because I only bought them because they're cheap, like the Transformers movies. I don't think I'm gonna be like that excited with. Yeah, but I definitely recommend quite a few of these. The Turkish Bashkin, definitely go watch this. The what was it? The Strings, Color of Space, really awesome movies. And if you can't find the Valhalla movie, go watch that one as well. And yeah, V, whatever you pronounce that. Such a cool movie, very unique. Also go watch this one if you can find it for a decent price. It's not like, I see some people take a lot of money for this. It's not worth that, but if you can't find it for like $30 or about that, $30-40, I'd say go watch this. It's like a piece of Russia hasn't really made a whole lot of horror movies. I'm failing to like think of a lot of Russian movies just at the top of my head. So it's fascinating to see how movies were made from that part of the world where I don't really usually watch a whole lot of movies. Watch a lot of European movies and American movies, and I guess Russia is part of Europe, is it? Now I'm sounding like an idiot right now. But yeah, definitely watch this one. From a world that many of us probably don't watch a whole lot of movies from, at least if you're not from Russia. I'm going on a tantrum right there. Should probably stop making me sound like a complete idiot. Okay, so I'm not the only one who's confused about whether Russia is a part of Europe or Asia, but fuck it. Anyways, if you've been sticking through the bad English, you're a real hero. Thanks for watching, and take care.